You must take your seats for us to start the interview, please. Please, ladies and gentlemen, a little bit of decorum now. Let's take our seats. Let's give Floyd a little bit of respect. He's come a long way. A very long way. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. If we could have a little bit of quiet just to start the interview, please. Can you quieten your colleagues down on their tables? Floyd, it's brilliant to have you here. We've just watched a heavyweight fight before you walked in, and there's been a lot of animosity between David Haye and Tony Bellew in the build-up to this fight. I'm sure you've heard about it. Will they be friends afterwards or not?
First, I want to say thank you for having me. You guys have been fans for so many years, and I wouldn't be where I'm at today without the support from everyone in this room, so thank you.
We have a lot of fans in this country, you know that, don't you?
So far as David Haye and his opponent, I don't really know all his fights, but I wish them both nothing but the best. The best man won tonight, and they can now move on and fight other opponents.
You've been the best man for 20 years, 49 fights, undefeated. What does it feel like? You're known as the best ever. What does it feel like to wake up every morning knowing that you're the best ever?
It was a long journey. It was a very, very long journey. I had a very, very strong team. I had a lot of people believe in me. But before anyone can believe in me, I had to believe in myself. I could just, when I just think back on my career and think back how it all started. When I used to walk to the boxing gym in the snow. The snow used to be up to my thighs. Walk to the boxing gym, chop wood every day, kept believing, kept working hard, kept pushing myself. And I had a supporting cast. My grandmother believed, my father believed, both of my uncles believed, and my mother believed. But the main thing is I believed. And it was a long journey. It wasn't easy, but you have to stay focused. You can't let nothing throw you off. You must always stay focused. And when you stay focused, you must stay calm also. I think that a lot of fighters go out there and rush. And when they tend to rush, they make a lot of mistakes. Even in life, when people tend to rush, they make a lot of mistakes. So we believe in just having patience, and your time will come.
Can I ask you about your childhood? Because historically we know about it. Did you have something special in you as a little boy that you knew you were going to be special? Was the gym your refuge as a little boy? Because it was a tough upbringing, wasn't it?
I had a very, very tough upbringing. Every time I do the Q&A, as far as when I sit down, I tell the world about my story. Of course, everyone that's with me, that works for our companies, that's involved in my life, know a little bit about my story. I'm gonna kind of touch on my story, where I come from, how I got to where I'm at today. It started in Grand Rapids, Michigan. My dad was a fighter. My dad, two brothers were fighters. And every day, my dad would take me to the boxing gym. I love the boxing gym so much. Every day what I would do, I would stand on the chair and hit the speed bag. When I was a kid, that was my favorite bag, the speed bag. I would do it every day. So when people would come into the boxing gym, that's not fighters, that's spectators. They said, this is amazing for a kid to be 3 years old or 4 years old and hit the speed bag like a professional. And I can remember it was 1987 when I had my first amateur fight in Owasso, Michigan. Weighed 64 pounds, 10 years old. I was the youngest guy on my team and the smallest guy on my team. I can remember what I ate. It was this restaurant called Ponderosa, ate Ponderosa. My dad made me eat a steak. I was happy. And first round knockout, I slept with my trophy for 2 weeks. So yes, and my dad didn't have a great professional career.
Sugar Ray Leonard.
My dad lost to Sugar Ray Leonard. My dad lost to Marlon Starner. But my dad did, he had an interesting story because my dad got shot in the leg. My brother shot my dad in the leg when I was a kid. My dad was holding me when he shot him with a 12-gauge shotgun, close range. My dad was in the hospital for months. The doctors told my dad that he would never be able to walk again. My dad beat all odds. And when my dad beat all odds, he came back and he was able to walk, start boxing again, and was #1 in the world at welterweight to fight for the world title. But he never had his chance to fight for a world title. So his career didn't really go the way that he wanted his career to go. So what he did was he got involved in the street life. My dad was a hustler. They say if you do the crime, you do the time. So, my dad served time in prison. My dad served 5 years in prison. And my dad left my life when I was 16. He went to prison. I was 16 years old. When my dad came back home, I was an adult. I was 21, had my own house, had all my own everything. But we really couldn't see eye to eye because when my dad left my life, I was a teenager. When he came back into my life, I was an adult. So it's kind of hard. You used to doing whatever you want to do. So I wanted my dad to come back into my life and just be my trainer. And there's certain things that you have to learn on your own. Certain things that I can teach my boys, but it's certain things they're gonna have to learn on their own. That's just a part of life. And my dad he's a hell of a trainer, but I think still to this day, I think that he should let a lot of what we have in today's time in the sport of boxing, just in sports period, we glorify the trainers and we glorify the staff, where we should glorify the athletes and let the athletes glorify their team, themselves. So I think that's what's going on in sports now. Everyone wants to get the shine. It's about me, it's about me. No, it's about the athletes. Even like right now, with me having Mayweather Promotions, a lot of time when you see the fighters fight, you never see me get in the ring because that's their time to shine. And yes. We have a fighter that's fighting in the UK, and I want you guys to come see the fight. I know you're probably not going to support him because he's not from the UK, but Gervonta Tank Davis.
He's so talented.
Very, very talented. He's a kid. Very interesting story. This is a kid that stayed in different foster homes, stayed in an orphanage before. beat all odds. A fighter, a kid who had 10 fights, never seen on TV. I seen him one time. As soon as I seen him walk in the room, I said, he gonna be world champion. Instantly, I got him 6 fights. Within 24 months, he's world champion.
He looked brilliant against Jose Pedraza in New York in January.
Yes.
Absolutely brilliant. I think I don't know if he's going to be 49-0, Floyd, but he is incredible. Incredible as an athlete and a fighter, isn't he?
Yes, he has the potential. He has the potential to be the closest thing to Floyd Mayweather. It's going to be extremely hard to do those record-breaking numbers. For me to do those record-breaking numbers, it took a while to build a fan base like this. It took a while. This is nothing that happened overnight. It takes a lot of hard work and a lot of So, hard work and dedication pays off in the long run.
I mean, I've been following your career very closely for a long time, and it's always a privilege and an honour to be at your fights. And one of the things I always say to people, I've said to people for a long time, also all the ladies in the audience, he is an incredibly handsome and he's still ripped. I think you are in incredible shape. You are in incredible shape. One of the things I've always said to people well, I have said for a long time, get to a Floyd Mayweather fight live, because for the first 3 to 9 minutes, the energy you have in a fight, your speed, and it's almost like, I don't mean it's fear, your speed in the first 9 minutes of a fight live is something to behold. Do you know what I mean?
We have a lot of, I feel like I'm an extremely fast fighter, but there's a lot of fast fighters out there.
You are special to watch live when you're working someone out in the first 9 minutes. You are special, friend.
There's a difference. Well, there's a difference between being talented and God gifted. There's a difference, and you have to know. And what I say is this: you have a lot of fighters. What I say to myself when I go into a fight, he's man-made, I'm self-made. And that's the difference.
You talk about being self-made. I mean, extraordinarily, I think maybe you'll kind of talk to us about this. I agree. Can you please be quiet? Floyd is an incredible character. He's not only is he the richest sportsman on earth, the best paid sportsman on earth, the most undefeated sportsman on earth. Floyd has a bad boy image, but I can guarantee you, I have spent time around this guy, and I've witnessed, he doesn't know this, but his children, and they are the most beautiful people. You have a little daughter who is like you. I don't know if she's 11 or 12. She is just extraordinary. You have an extraordinary family. I know, as I've got to know you've got older, you are an incredible father as well. It's so important to you. You mentioned your dad, but you've got that feeling you haven't lost them for 5 years like he lost you.
I try to break the cycle.
Yeah.
The cycle where I come from is what I always looked up to when I was a kid. I never really looked up to fighters. I never really admired fighters. I love boxing. I took something from every different fighter, when I was a kid, because those are the guys that paved the way for me to be where I'm at. But I wanted to break the cycle and do something different. I didn't want to be in the same situation as my father. I didn't want to work a 9 to 5. So with my mother being on drugs, my dad being in prison, I was a kid that was extremely talented. So what I did was, I took my chances. I left high school. I quit school, and I said I'm gonna work my ass off and try to make it to the '96 Olympic Games. I worked extremely hard. I made it to the '96 Olympic Games, and
you robbed in the semi-final.
I don't really want to say I was robbed in the